All right, here, I got you. Hold up. Welcome to the second season of Your Favorite Character Sucks, a show where we each argue for our favorite characters in whatever show, movie, book series, or video game we're covering. Is that roughly what we're doing here?
Oh, we all have to put on that voice?
It's hilarious.
Welcome to the second season of Your Favorite Character Sucks, a show where each of us argue for our favorite character in whatever show, movie, book series, or video game we're covering. All right, Matt, your turn.
Now, legitimately, though, why are we doing this? Because we already do have an intro for season 1.
Yeah, well, just do it. Just
Alright,
read it.
I'm going to go for a little different approach here. Who is the best aesthetic and story? Who makes the most sense? And who do we want to hang out with the most?
At the end of each episode, we crown one character the best character, who will then go on to compete in our best of the best finale. On today's episode, the best of the best, season 2. And actually, sorry, cut the music for a second. This is awkward. Matt, Brandon, and I forgot to explain a couple of things before we got started. So real quick, here they are. 1, this episode is full of spoilers. Not only for every show that we covered in season 2, but also our season 2 itself. You're about to find out who won each episode. So if you would prefer to hear the episodes first and discover the winners that way, then please stop this episode now, go back and listen to the other episodes, and then you can come back to this. Or maybe you don't care. You'd rather listen to this episode, find out who the winners are, and then you can go back to the episodes and figure out why they got picked. And then the other thing we forgot to say is that there is a link through our link tree on our Instagram and Facebook and Twitter where you can download the tournament bracket form that we used. The first page has the bracket, the second page has all the characters, and you can make a copy of it where you can manipulate it yourself, decide who you think should be the winner. So that's all. If you want to participate, just go to our Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at YFCSPod to click on the link and download the bracket for yourself. And now we present to you the last episode of Season 2. So, we're finally here, man. We're on the best of the best Season 2. Best of the best finale. So last time I had to cut a lot out, and this time I'm thinking I just
We're going to have to cut a lot in because, yeah.
Wait, because what?
It'll be the opposite. We have to cut them in.
Oh, okay, yeah. It'll be I think I'll make it a 2-parter this time. So it'll be best of the best part 1 and part 2.
You think so?
Yeah, so we could do like the selection and then the first round. And then, we could put them.
I wouldn't listen to that, and I'm part of the podcast, and I'm forced to listen to it.
You think you'd rather listen to like a 2-hour episode than a part 1 and part 2?
I'd rather just listen to a 1-hour who wins this.
That's true. I mean, we can go as fast as we can, but last time it took a long time.
That's because so here's what I think. Don't even read anything about these. We'll just talk about the character.
Wait, what? No, we should totally read about them.
No, because it's always just you saying the exact same shit about every single character, so it doesn't matter.
Because, well, here's the reason I say we should say a little bit about them. Or maybe I can just have them at the ready and I can say something about them. Is because if I mention what we said on the episode, then people will be like, what? And they might go listen to that episode. You know what I mean? As opposed to just talking to the character about the characters.
Let's get realistic.
Like
Who's listening to this episode that hasn't listened to previous episodes?
Some people, dude. Angela listened to them. She listened to the best of the best first, and then she went back to the ones that she wanted to hear.
It just seems unreasonable to...
I'll say, like, if we quickly have, like, an obvious choice, then it's probably fine. But then if there's debate, then you can bring
then I'll be like,
the supplemental
I'll go back to
info.
what we said before, yeah. Okay, that's good. All right, so what we need to do is we need to roll. So I figure we could go to, like, a dice roller and just
is this
put
not already
a one...
pre-configured?
Nah, man, we're putting it together live to prove that we can improvise.
I don't care about proving anything to anybody, though, see?
All right, so
that's what makes me different.
You can generate a 14-sided die on a die roller, right?
There's only 13 things here, by the way. Oh, I see. 14 Darth Sidious. Why don't we just go straight down the list?
I just rolled 7.
Okay, a 7. So the first one, and this is going to get the bye, is the 7. So that's Dennis Reynolds. He gets a first round bye.
Yep.
Dennis Reynolds. Yep. And the Golden God sneaks through to the second round. All right, who wants to roll the second one?
I don't have a 14-sided die on hand.
I just went to 14-sided
on my phone.
Yeah, I just typed in 14-sided die on. I have one up though. If you want me to put for the second one,
hit it, John.
I rolled a 3.
Number 5.
Fuck you.
You
I
got
rolled
number
a
3. You said.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, it doesn't matter because there'll be 3.
No, you got a 3. So number 5.
But if you rolled a 5, also
Thrall.
Well, 3 and 5 in the same bracket, right?
Yes, 3 and 5 are going to go against each other round 1. That's Thrall versus Steve Harrington.
Ooh, that's a tough one, man.
They're pretty similar characters when you think about it.
That's a really tough one.
They both
let me
identify
hit
as
it.
men, and
They both help the children of their friends. Or wait, no.
I rolled a
12.
17.
Okay, so Freddy Krueger, Brandon.
17.
Brandon got Freddy Krueger, and
And
wait, there's
also
no
12.
17.
Okay, I rolled an 8.
Okay. Okay, you rolled an 8? Okay. Scar versus Freddy Krueger. They both have scars. They both have scars on their faces.
They're both what?
They both hate their enemies that brought fire upon them.
That is true.
Yep.
I rolled a 14.
Okay.
And then you roll, John.
Darth Sidious. All right. 13, Songo. Songo from Inuyasha
Ooh, that's
versus
a tough
Darth
one,
Was
bro.
this
Sidious.
Darth Sidious from the prequels, or?
I got a 10.
I
This is
also rolled
Darth
a
Sidious
10.
from the prequels. Yeah,
Yeah,
specifically.
Sidious
which-
is from prequels.
Yes, but I-
Leia is from originals.
Okay, so
lame
Black
characters.
Panther, T'Challa, Brandon, you put both of yours in the buy round. You put T'Challa
Yeah,
in the second round.
I'm actually cheating.
I rolled
and
a
I'm trying
9.
to give my
Motherfucker.
choices an
Pippin,
advantage.
Peregrine Took. He's in the first round against. Let me roll. Oh, a 13 again. Cool. Thanks for that. Pippin against Bruce Wayne, Batman. Oh my God.
Tell me they're both that the
What the fuck?
not the hero you want, but the hero you need. I rolled a 2.
That's actually 100%. Okay, Paige Michael Chuck from
I also rolled
Degrassi.
2, so let me keep rolling. Itachi.
Itachi. Okay, so Itachi is going against Paige Michael Chuck. Jesus Christ. And then I can just put Leia and Charlie on the bottom, which,
Yeah.
Jesus, that's hard because I fucking love Charlie and Leia. God, it's going to suck.
How is
to have to
Charlie
pick between
and
those
Dennis?
two.
Is this the one I refused to pick a side
Yes,
on?
this is the
perfect.
How is it? Because you forced it.
Perfect.
Okay, now I'm going to take a screenshot of this.
Okay, now we can actually start the episode.
Oh, yeah, well, we've already started the episode.
Nah, I don't think so.
Let me
Wait,
hold
have we
on.
started?
God dang it.
Someone's got to say
You know, I'm looking through this list, and I'm not seeing a lot of characters that I selected for this podcast.
lot of what?
I'm not seeing a lot of the heroes, a lot of the champions that I selected for this podcast.
Yeah, how many do we have? We have
Champions.
Itachi for you. You switch to Itachi and Thrall.
Yes.
I mean, 2 out of 14. That's not terrible. Hey guys, it's John. I'm just gonna cut in every now and then to let you know where we're at. Should be pretty easy to follow so far, but just in case you weren't clear, we've just
Set the bracket.
for
Round 1.
So how do we start this?
Well, we start with our first round, which is Thrall versus Steve Harrington. So Thrall from the World of Warcraft, Warcraft 3 video games,
Just the Warcraft.
Warcraft from
Yeah.
Warcraft,
Warcraft
and then
lore.
and then Steve Harrington from Stranger Things, which I guess we don't have the full arc for either of those characters because I mean
What do you
there's
mean?
more to be told. There's more story to be told in both cases. You know,
Oh yeah, I guess. Well, yeah. Well, we'll never be done with Thrall,
that's what I'm saying.
and
yeah.
presumably Stranger Things will never be done with Steve Harrington.
Well, but there's only
I
there's
hope
only going to
not.
be one more season of Stranger Things.
Is that
so.
confirmed or
Is that
presumed?
true?
I thought I heard that was true.
I have not heard that, but I will believe you.
Yeah.
But
I'm
we said
surprised
we,
it's still going. I expected that to just be one season, and somehow they've stretched
we
that
said of
to
both
many seasons.
of both characters that we liked their arcs. Mm-hmm. We thought they had great arcs.
Thrall
I think.
literally has a chain lightning, so
Oh God.
you got to respect that arc.
The
a lot
greatest
more.
arc of all.
Correct.
Which arc is better, to go from a slave to a gladiator to the leader of the horde, or to go from a John Hughes style bully to a hero and friend of young children fighting against the supernatural?
Yeah, I mean, obviously Thrall's story
Probably
is,
from being a literal
is more
slave.
epic in scale
Yeah.
because we're not dealing with American high schoolers.
hmm
But there's
But
Russian
within the
conspiracy stuff.
context, I mean,
Are we looking for uniqueness here? Like,
What's insane about both these characters is they both have iconic blunt weapons.
oh God.
Thrall wields the Doomhammer. Steve Harrington
Yeah.
wields the
Steve wields
baseball bat with nails in
the,
it.
The
they
baseball
really
bat.
are the same if you think about
Very
it.
similar. They're just liberators when you think about it.
Yeah,
That's true. Let me see.
They
don't
both
know.
broke their own chains, became different people.
Thrall, one of the problems we said we had with Thrall was that he might be too perfect. He might be like a Mary Sue type character.
Because he has no faults.
Yeah, because he's pretty faultless. It's hard to find a fault. Like the fault that we found was that he was like too trusting.
Yeah.
He trusted what's his name?
Grom's kid.
Yeah,
Hell's
Grom's-
Garrosh,
Garrosh. He trusted Garrosh with the horde, and he probably shouldn't have.
unwise.
Got his homie killed.
Which is
Also
weird,
trusted
yeah.
Sylvanas Windrunner.
Yeah.
To
Maybe
be
he
part
just
of the horde.
doesn't surround himself with the best people. So like he's like the anti-Trump of Durotar, basically.
Exactly. Well, Trump also got the best people. He drained the swamp.
That's
you
what I'm
know.
saying. Trump surrounded himself with the best people, whereas Thrall did not. So,
Ah, I see.
um,
Very different in that case.
So if this was Thrall versus Trump, Thrall would win.
Thrall's sort of like a, I don't know. He rose to power through.
Thrall wasn't a one-term war chief.
Yeah,
That's
but he did like depose the previous
Neither was
war
Trump.
chief and stuff. He kind of like,
Trump hasn't lost yet either, dude.
all right, that is
Shut up.
This is we're almost in January here, and that dude has not conceded. So
well, it doesn't have to take his concession, right? Because
Yeah.
the electoral college has already voted, so it's
we're
irrelevant.
not. I don't know why we're comparing him to Trump, but Trump also his arc is not completed yet either. So it's yet another character.
Do you think that
I
guy's
can't
gonna
wait
like
to see that conclusion.
nut all
Oh,
over the
God,
White House
dude.
before he leaves?
What is going to happen?
Nothing. Yeah, I don't know. Which of these? So I have to ask myself, which of these characters do I like more?
Yeah, if it's solely just on which we like more, I would think I would have to say Thrall.
Yeah, easily.
Just because, like I said, I mean,
Because he's been there for us since we were children.
yeah, and it's just, we love fantasies, so obviously his story is way more epic.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
But we've grown up with Thrall. That's the point.
yeah. I don't know. Yeah, let me think about
See,
this.
I can't align myself with Steve Harrington very much because I didn't grow up in the 80s. You know, I don't get that. All these tropes, whatever. I feel like our version of Suburbia just was, I don't know, not very closely aligned with all these these flicks from the 80s. You know, it's just a little more ambiguous.
Also, we grew up in a much more diverse environment, I think.
Do you think so? Oh, as opposed to
Compared
not like
to-
Indiana, butt fuck nowhere Indiana.
Yeah.
I guess that's true. We knew more than one black person. Is that what you're saying?
So do we? I don't remember last time. Do we just talk until we agree, or do we do a quick
we'll have to
countdown vote?
we'll have to do a vote, but I don't know. I think there's got to be a better way to decide between these two characters.
No,
It's very
just
tough.
go with your heart, Thrall.
Well,
Well, what? The problem is nothing you can say can change my decision.
I'm also gonna say Thrall.
The thing is, I like Steve as a
neutralize
character,
my.
but he's
What?
not even my favorite character from Stranger Things.
Yeah, that's a good point too. I mean,
He's
which
cool,
one of these?
but he's not my favorite character.
I mean,
Yeah.
I chose Steve for Stranger Things, and I still support that.
Yeah.
Like I said, we're all nerds, and Warcraft is just gonna be cooler than Stranger Things.
Correct, which is weird because Stranger Things is all about nerd culture also, just in a different way. It's about contemporary nerd culture as opposed to just, high fantasy.
We just put Thrall through the next round.
So let's talk about the next set. So in an interesting twist, it's not Freddy versus Jason. Instead, we have Freddy versus Scar.
Yeah, and
not,
not
uh,
Scar from Disney.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got to clarify.
Well, they're very similar. They both have scars on their faces, and presumably that's why they're named Scar, right?
I'm gonna say right off the bat, it's not Freddy for me. Even though he's my character within the realm of 80s horror, obviously he's my character. But I also just don't like 80s horror that much.
I know.
So here's the thing, though.
Whereas I really love Full Metal Alchemist, so
What I love about Freddy is that Freddy embraces a really sort of gentle and soft magic. You know what I'm saying? There's no hard systems within the Freddy universe, the lore. It's just
Is
sort of
there-
like he is a magical being. It's not like there's no hard and fast rules about alchemy and
but
alchemy and shit like that.
the way he became a magical being is a little too vague.
Yeah.
I mean,
No,
you know,
it's
Just-
very straightforward.
That's
The
what I'm
Man
saying.
got
dream-
burnt alive and became a dream ghost.
well, it became a
No,
spirit
the
of
dream,
vengeance.
the dream demons, they came to him and they said, what do you want? And he said, everything. And then they said, then you shall be forever.
There you go.
And so that's it. I mean, what is confusing about that?
No, you're right. You're right. I didn't think about that one.
Which is sort of weird
No,
because I feel like Freddy is, I don't know, if Freddy had existed within the lore of Full Metal Alchemist, what sin do you think he would be?
Wrath?
Yeah, probably. Oh, yeah, definitely Wrath, 100%.
Just seeing Freddy running at the fucking tank.
Yeah, but instead of dual wielding swords, he just has his claws.
Exactly.
Wrath
I
could-
need to see
if-
that in real life.
If Wrath could
Holy
enter
fuck.
I need to see
people's
this shit happen.
dreams, if he could enter people's dreams, game over.
I will say that, yeah, if Freddy Krueger had to
Game
fight Scar,
over.
then Freddy would certainly be able to win.
Game over. Freddy Krueger can't get beat by anybody. There's no one that can beat
He
him.
lost to Jason.
He did lose to Jason, or did he?
Did he? Did he? Yeah.
True. He's alive. at
Is
the
it
end.
just a dream?
Exactly.
Yeah, fuck Freddy
Everything's
though.
just a dream.
Honestly, fuck
Yeah,
80s
no,
horror and
it's
fuck Freddy.
so
Yeah,
stupid.
exactly.
Yeah.
Scar. Moving on.
Like I said, Scar isn't even my favorite character from Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, but he's a cool character. And definitely out of the two scarred characters, I think I prefer Scar. His Scar is even cooler in my opinion.
And they're both getting vengeance, but one is getting vengeance because he was a fucking pedophile child murderer who got his just desserts.
Exactly.
And one is
Whereas
getting vengeance
Scar is fighting like
to right the
against
wrongs of a genocide. Yeah.
to be fair, though, I don't know. He just does start as essentially a terrorist.
Yeah, well,
I mean, his motives
yeah.
aren't pure at the very beginning, but he
Whoever
evolves.
writes
Whereas
history.
Freddy, his lore does
They're
unfold.
not pure,
nothing
but
more.
I think they're
Justified?
there's some justification.
I don't know if you could justify just murdering people, but maybe. Well, Scar
I mean,
clearly thought so.
it's the way that terrorists are created in real life.
True.
I don't agree with their actions, but I know why it happens.
Okay, yeah, fuck Freddy though. I think we can all agree with that.
Freddy,
right?
yeah.
Okay.
Scar,
But
Scar
not
for
Freddie
sure.
Lang. That's my homie right there. Shout out.
Yeah, Freddie Lang, Jesus Christ, such an obscure.
Next, so we got Darth Sidious, but this
Darth
is
Sidious-
Darth Sidious from what?
From the prequels,
Prequels.
which I think includes the whole,
Lame.
No, it includes the plot.
Yeah, I think
to save the
Sidious
galaxy.
is superior in the prequels.
Lame. He's the worst Sith from the prequels.
But compared to the originals, like you don't really get to see his genius in the originals.
Right.
Like you
You don't
do
get
in
to
the
hear him
prequels.
say that he is the Senate, and then do
Yeah.
that fucking CGI twirl.
We still quote that man to this day. There's
That
so
doesn't
many
make him a
memorable
fucking cool
quotes.
character. I just
I didn't say
hate
he's
this
cool.
dude.
I say he's the best.
He's the worst Sith in the prequels by far.
He is the biggest plot driver of a fucking trilogy of Star Wars
I would
movies.
say that
The way he plays all the Jedi, like
Oh my god, dude!
it
Yes,
sucks ass, but it's expertly done.
it's because the Jedi are fucking stupid.
he gets
No,
them
they
to
are
accept
pretty-
his army.
rewatching. I'm like, damn, y'all are stupid.
They're like, man, Yoda, you're 1,000 years old. You didn't see the shit. You didn't see the shit
The
coming.
signs that Anakin is like easily corruptible have been there from the very beginning, and y'all just ignore that shit.
Yeah, literally,
Dude,
just so fucking
Dude,
stupid,
he engineers a war. Then he is like, oh well, you can't survive this war without an army, so here's an army. Like, and then he knows that like a war is what's needed to foster like more combative Jedi. Like, it's very smart.
Yeah. But we can't
Um,
turn this into another Star Wars.
I don't
so-
care about that dude. Fuck that guy. Also,
He's
I just,
also trying to save. He's trying to save the universe from the Yuzon Vong. He's trying to prepare the galaxy for the Yuzon Vong
I also
invasion.
just hate
So
how
he's actually,
fucking
he's a
stupid
hero.
that last fight is when he fights fucking like Kid
Yoda?
Fisto and
Oh,
Mace
that's
Windu
not
the
even the last
Masters.
fight,
How he
but
just
yeah.
dispatches those two masters with the slowest fucking lightsaber
He's
stab.
amazing. He's power level 9,000.
He's you know how they say slow is fast. That guy was moving so fucking slow that they couldn't even see his strike.
He kills 3
Yeah.
Jedi in 5 seconds.
Yeah.
Literally just so fucking stupid. They did my fucking man dirty. Anyway, yeah, fuck
Yeah.
Darth Sidious. Who else is out here?
Yeah, I was gonna
Songo?
say, I think you're just biased because you love Mace so much.
Songo. What
Okay,
about Songo?
and then what about Songo? Yeah, Songo, she's awesome. She's fucking badass,
no,
dude.
I
She's
love
fine.
Songo.
She's whatever.
She has a relationship with my other favorite character, Moroku.
Songo does awaken everybody's love for fucking ninja bodysuits, though, and I will admit that. That's just facts.
I love how she like moves in and out of the group, like how she's an individual but also working with them. Like she's a really cool character in that way.
The main problem with Songo is she falls victim to being in an anime that is very much like Monster of the Week, which is
Yeah.
kind of fucking boring in my opinion.
I think what you have to do is ignore the episodes that are just not really doing anything.
To be honest, they're not quite filler, but they're like literally on the edge of just being like complete filler.
For sure.
When they're collecting
Yeah.
the shards of the Shikon jewel, it's just kind of
Yeah.
boring. You
Definitely.
gotta skip all that shit.
I also think she's an atypical female character
For
for
anime?
anything, anime especially. Yeah, I think that most badass female characters, either like I said this in the episode, but they're either like gender washed where they don't really have a gender, like they're just they just become sexless and become an assassin or whatever. And that doesn't really happen to her. She still has emotions, and she's attracted to Moroku, and she becomes a mother later. Like, so she's still very feminine, but also she's not like big titties out of her fucking ninja outfit. Like, we're not just there to ogle at her. In fact, I would argue I don't ogle at her at all. Like, I never was like as a kid thought like, oh, there's the hot character in this episode. Like, I just thought she was badass.
I only thought that when I saw fucking Totosai.
Yeah.
Look at that guy's little
His
what,
giant fucking eyeballs with
his little
pinprick.
raisin pupils or whatever,
Yeah.
little tiny pupils.
So which between these two though?
I don't. I thought it
I'm
was
pretty
gonna be a
medium
hard
on
choice.
both these, honestly.
I thought it was gonna be a hard choice, but I think Sango
You
is.
think so?
I'm strong towards Sango. Yeah, Sango is
See-
my favorite character in Inuyasha. I don't think Darth Sidious is my favorite character in prequels.
I was gonna say Sidious.
Sidious is literally the worst Sith in the prequels, but he's still cooler than Sango.
Sango is way cooler, but Sidious is more important for his story.
Also, Sidious is infinitely more quotable.
Like, you could have Inuyasha without Sango.
There's only one Sango line that any of us know, and there's like a billion Sidious quotes.
Sango is one of the coolest in Inuyasha for sure.
I
but
fucking love Sango.
I think Sidious is a more important
She's like,
character.
top 20 characters in Inuyasha for sure.
All
Even though
right.
Sidious is the shittiest Sith from the prequels, he still is a Sith,
The shittiest,
which makes him cool. Yeah.
the
Darth
shittiest,
Sidious?
Darth shittiest.
Somebody making fun of my Asian accent?
Okay, dude.
Let's move
All
on.
right, so-
Speaking of side characters, Batman.
we have
Bruce Wayne.
Bruce Wayne Batman versus Pippin.
Batman from the serialized comic book Detective Comics.
This one is also pretty tough.
You think so?
Yeah, because I love both of these characters.
Well, just speak from your heart. What do you think? If you had to pick one of these two characters to take with you on a journey
to destroy the ring.
correct? Yeah, which
I
one
would.
would you
Oh
select?
God.
Probably Batman.
Probably Batman, so he could
Probably
just fly me
Batman.
there.
Just fly the fucking the Batman and just drop that shit in. Oh God, Batman would just invent a way to destroy the One Ring.
Yeah, he would
fuck
just
your magic.
create Sauron's
Oh my
kryptonite.
God.
You know what I mean?
He would literally just take
Oh
that shit
my
to the fires
God.
of Apocalypse and cut a deal with Darkseid and have him fucking shred that ring into bits. But if I
Batman
would
would
choke
have-
up, then
Batman would have had a contingency plan for Boromir. Like,
But if I wanted someone to motivate the Ents,
probably also Batman would have been able to motivate the Ents.
no, he's too emotionless. They wouldn't listen to him.
And see, this is my problem with Batman, dude. Undefeatable.
That's
if you're
true,
talking
yeah.
about literal Mary Sue's, Batman is a fucking god. His only drawback is that he's too fucking emo from having his parents killed when he was a kid.
That's a bonus.
And that only makes, yeah, exactly. That only makes him more powerful.
are you looking at Adam West Batman? You know what I mean? Like that's a
Absolutely
different
not.
version. Oh, okay.
Well, that guy
I
has
showed
even less
Erica.
weaknesses. I don't even think that guy ever took a beating once.
I showed Erica the shark repellent scene and the duck bomb scene. She'd never
The duck
seen
bomb
either
scene
of
is
those.
my favorite scene of
And she
any
was
Batman
like,
film of
she was
any
like,
time.
wait, she was like, they know that this is a joke though, right? And I was like, I'm pretty sure that
Yes.
this scene was meant to be funny. I don't think that they were.
It's so fucking stupid.
Oh God.
I just love comical, oversized bombs. That shit is just funny.
Okay, well, let's think about like some things about this. I mean, as far as like Batman,
I've already
goes,
selected in my mind, so it's good.
Batman is like the most iconic or popular out of these two. If you said
think so?
Pippin, if you said Pippin to people or Batman, I mean, a lot of people would know Pippin, but I feel like more people would know who Batman is. Not that means
We
he's
don't
the
care
best,
about
but-
popularity, bro. I don't give a shit
No,
what people
I'm just
think.
bringing up part of it. But yeah, we said that Pippin moves the plot a lot. He moves the plot in Moria. He's the reason that Gandalf basically gets
You
killed.
telling me
because
Batman
he-
doesn't move the plot in Batman?
Oh no, he definitely does. That's true. So what are some differences? Oh, we
Even
said
in
that,
Justice League, I mean, he's like
Even
he
in
leads
Justice
the
League, true.
team most of the time.
I was gonna say, we felt like Pippin exemplified hobbits. What about
Yeah.
as far as superheroes? As far as superheroes go,
Well,
I think Batman
exemplifies
is kind of
Batman
like.
also, so...
But no, as far as superheroes go, I think Batman actually is my like. If when I think of a superhero, I think of Batman first.
Really?
Yeah,
when I
he's
think of a
one of the-
superhero, I think of Captain America.
Yeah, I definitely don't,
Why?
but I respect.
He's
Captain
like the
America.
premier superhero right now.
Yeah, I would say in that way, I think Batman is a little atypical actually, because I feel like just in the general sense, when you think superhero, I do think more like Cap or like Superman, who's like the, like all-American public figure. I'm not saying that's what I like the most, but that is what I think of.
But it's crazy to think of because the contemporary version of Batman is far different from the origins of Batman, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like you were talking about Adam West. Think of how like dumb and campy that is versus
All right, let me
the
let me
now
give
Batmans.
let me give a little argument to Pippin. He doesn't get near as much time to become the best character, whereas Batman has like 80 years of like all this development and like story, comic books, movies, and all that stuff.
And what sucks about that is this man still can't get over the death of his parents after that long. It's fucking crazy.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like what we talked about with Magneto. I mean, sure, he's been around a long
Yes.
time, but he's always being rebooted. It's not one continuous story.
Every
For
time they
sure.
reboot him, his story gets 1% darker. His jaw gets 1% square, and his suit gets 1%
Like when I
more
think
flexible.
of Batman, I specifically think of either the animated stuff
Or Michael Keaton, yeah, absolutely.
Or no, I was gonna say the Nolan series.
Christopher Nolan, yeah. I don't know who the fuck I can say on this, man. I don't know.
I already know in my mind.
Y'all are going to steamroll me again. Who do y'all think? I think y'all both say the same, don't you?
Who do you think I'm going to say?
I don't think we're gonna say the same. I think Matt's gonna say Pippin,
I'm absolutely going to say Pippin.
and I'm leaning towards Batman.
The thing is, and my problem with Batman is Batman don't need nobody, you know what I'm saying? That makes him a weak character. That guy doesn't have to rely on anybody for anything ever.
Yeah, I think if I'm thinking about characters, like who's the best character? Yeah,
Also,
Batman
I just don't
is
like
too much
Batman
of a
because
Mary
they
Sue, to be honest.
they just rebooted him too much time. It's just boring now.
So like I said, when I think of animated series,
Uh-huh.
to me that also includes both of the Justice League series. And in those, I really like
Oh
to
yeah,
see his interactions
he's
with
cool in
the
the
League.
Justice Leagues for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
He's
and
even cool in Young
Justice.
Justice. Yeah, he's awesome in Young Justice for sure.
So I think as a team, he's really cool.
When he's
actually,
part of a
'cause
greater team, he is cool.
He balances out the other heroes.
Unless
in
we're
many
talking
ways.
about Justice League the movie, in which case not cool at all because nobody fucking matters except for.
They wasted Batman in that movie.
Not only wasted Batman, they wasted Aquaman, they wasted Wonder Woman, they wasted Cyborg, they
Yes.
wasted the Flash was fucking awful.
It's so hard, man. I really love both these characters.
Yeah, no, it is very tough.
I'm just saying the most recent Batman comics I've read also, Batman's literally just a fucking god. It's insane, like how overpowered they make this character. It's just disgusting.
Pippin is definitely like an ordinary dude who's doing amazing things.
That's true.
He had things thrust upon him,
That's true.
and then he took it and did the best job that he could with it.
Yeah, and also he's saving people, but not. He's saving them in his own way. Like he's doing things. He's moving the plot forward in his own way.
You saying that the closer we are to danger, the further we are from harm?
I'm saying, like just
We spent
yeah,
too
he
long on
seems-
this. I'm voting Pippin. What do you guys think?
I'm Batman. John, you have to decide this one.
Really,
I'm gonna
fuck
say
Batman.
I'm gonna say Pippin.
All right.
I love Batman so much. And I picked him as
And
a
I think
character,
you were right. I
but
think
I don't know.
within the
I just think
context-
Pippin.
Within the context of the Justice League, with the movie non-inclusive, I think that Batman is cool.
Also, I want to point out Batman versus Black Panther would have been pretty
Yeah.
insane.
Oh no, that's true. They're very similar.
Are
I don't
they?
know if
I
Pippin
don't
can
think they're
beat-
similar at all.
All
They
right,
both have
moving
a
on.
suit.
Itachi.
It's so we have Paige Michael Chuck versus Itachi.
I feel like we just give the shaft to the girls only episode every time, but
Because
honestly,
I mean, none of them
don't-
are here to defend their point,
And also,
which
I
is
don't
kind of
fucking
whack.
like Degrassi. So
Here's the deal. I would try to defend it, but this is the second time that they've picked characters that I just can't defend. Like Paige Michael Chuck.
Also
Okay,
versus
so
Itachi. I mean, like
Itachi
maybe
is literally we
maybe
decided
if it was
these
her versus like Dennis or something.
versus literally Naruto.
since I know both these characters, let me talk about them a little bit. So both Paige and Itachi start off as villains,
God damn it.
Sure.
and they both kind of become heroes eventually. I mean, Paige goes back and forth.
Oh, Itachi never becomes a hero. In my
Itachi
opinion.
is kind of he's kind of like the Miss Piggy of
I
Naruto,
hate you. I
similar
hate
to
you.
Paige Michael Chuck. All right, Itachi's gonna win, and it's not because the girls aren't here to defend it. It's because I can't defend it. I can't defend Paige Michael Chuck. If they had put a different Degrassi character in here, I might be able to defend it. But I can't defend Paige Michael Chuck versus Itachi. So anybody out there who knows Naruto, knows Degrassi, sorry, we're just gonna give it to Itachi.
Two
we
worlds
don't
collide.
have time.
Also, what is that
can't,
last name? Michael Chuck? That's
Michael
two
Chuck
names.
is a terrible last
Yeah,
name.
Michael
I think
Chuck
I may
is
have
two
spelled it
first
wrong.
names put
That's
together.
two first names combined.
I think I may have spelled it wrong.
Matthew
but I don't
John
care.
Brandon.
Yeah.
What kind of fucking dumbass name is that?
If we ever have to, like, for some reason, fill out, like, paperwork
No.
or something for our podcast, we're absolutely putting Matthew John Brandon as the
Or
name.
even worse, we could do Brandon Matthew Jonathan.
But no, and it's funny is Itachi is just one name, and Paige Michael
it's
Well,
Chuck
it's
is
because
Uchiha.
it's Itachi
even though it should be only two,
Uchiha.
it's three names. Yeah,
Well, actually,
we
it's
only put Itachi on here.
Uchiha Itachi.
Okay, dude,
But
relax.
no one's
weeb.
saying Uchiha.
All
Everyone
right,
just
well,
says
moving
Itachi.
on. Itachi is clearly superior.
Now this is going to be, I think, our hardest one yet.
You think so?
Leia,
I don't think
Leia
so at all.
Leia Organa versus Charlie Day from fucking It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Thrall versus Steve was harder for me than this one.
No.
Let me put it this way.
Charlie.
Which one of these two people could ever, in a million years, think of a revolutionary idea such as kittens?
God damn it!
I thought you were going to say.
So they're both leaders of revolutions.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that if Charlie was tortured to give away the rebel base, he would give it away in a heartbeat.
I mean, Leia never even gets tortured.
She does. She does get tortured.
Does she?
Yes. Darth Vader
She's
walks
captured by
out
Darth
of her.
Vader?
Darth Vader walks out of her room, and they have like a machine heading towards her head. They literally torture her, and she does not give away the rebel plans.
But then
And
she
then they
does give away the rebel base.
No.
And then they blow up Alderaan.
They threaten to blow up her planet, and she names a planet Dantooine that is not very populated. She says Dantooine, and it's not true. That's not where the rebel
Is
base
that what
is.
happens?
So they blow up
Yes.
her planet. They know where she's from.
Yeah, they know where she's from, and they
She's
go
the
to
princess of Alderaan.
No, they blow it up anyway, and then they go and investigate, and they come back, and they're like, there's nothing on Dantooine. We just checked, and they're like, she lied to us, and they get all upset. Yeah, dude, she fucking holds it down, and like does not, even with the threat of her own life, even with the threat of her planet, she still does not give away the rebellion because she knows that it's the most important thing.
Okay, well, if you had to write a musical, which one of these would you pick?
Definitely Charlie Day. No, I don't even know if I want to have Nightman come at. I mean, it's hilarious. Okay, who's more important to their particular thing? I think probably Leia.
Well, I'm just gonna say the Sunny Ep was a tie, and my character has already progressed. So
Oh yeah, well yours automatically went to the second round. I love
think it
Charlie
was.
so much, but Leia is so important to Star Wars.
The thing is, I actually don't really like Leia that much.
Dude,
Matt literally
Leia,
doesn't like any of these characters.
But Leia gets tortured and she sticks by it, and she's a badass, dude.
Leia's my favorite of the original trio.
Really?
I'm pretty sure we already talked about this, but
My favorite's either Chewie or Han, one of the two.
When she gets rescued, she refuses to play the damsel in distress. She refuses to be just the person getting rescued. In fact, she like turns and starts making the plans herself. She's like, we're going to go down this hatch. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. Like she starts ordering them around.
Okay.
It's so good. I'm just saying, like, it's such a badass character. Go
she's
watch
definitely
any-
cooler than Luke, and I think Han is overrated.
Luke sucks. Han is overrated, but I still think he's
I
better
love
than
Han
Leia.
too. I don't know. They're both really good.
The thing is, I don't know. Because Harrison Ford just does such a good job on that character. That character being
Yeah.
Han Solo / Indiana Jones.
Yes,
Which are essentially
That's
the
just
same
him.
character.
Yeah,
Space
that's just
Indiana
him.
Jones. But I love Indiana Jones, so I don't have a problem with it, you know? Or I guess I
Mm-hmm.
love Han Solo, so I don't have a problem with Indiana Jones. There we go.
You love Harrison Ford.
I love him in those types of roles. Yeah, absolutely.
I've already moved Leia to the next round. I know Charlie's not going to win it. He's amazing. I fucking
I don't
love
look
Charlie
to the
Day.
future. I only live in the now. Just like
Just
Charlie.
once again, it's so hard to compare some of these characters.
What are you talking about?
I love
Speaking
Charlie.
of hard things to compare, what about Dennis Reynolds and Thrall? They're both gods in their respective rights.
No, that is true. They're both golden gods.
Well, we've gone from 14 great characters down to 8. And now we've set the stage for...
Round 2.
So we are now in the second round. We've lost Steve Harrington, Freddy Krueger, Songo, Bruce Wayne, Paige Michaelchuck, and now Charlie Day. But we are ready to start our second round.
Can we never say Michael Chuck ever again after this?
I fucking hate it, dude. I had to
It
write
doesn't
it. I'm
make
pretty sure I
sense.
spelled it wrong.
They just
I don't-
had a
I
bunch
don't
of
know if I
names
spelled
on
it
a
right.
fucking dartboard, and they were just fucking chucking them,
She's
bro.
a Canadian teen, so I mean,
Yeah, that actually makes sense.
I think the odds of your name being... I mean, we have an Aaron Bruce Henry in our life, so...
Yeah, but those are two separate
But
names.
it's not
Bruce Henry.
Henry.
Yeah. Henry
right.
Aaron Bruce.
All right, so now we're doing Dennis Reynolds, the other member of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, versus Thrall from World of Warcraft and from the Warcraft stories.
They're both like greenskins in some way, right?
Wait, I thought Charlie was the
Dennis
green
runs
man.
Patty's. This is not an Irish
Oh,
pub.
I got you. They're both greenskins. Yeah, that's true. They're both they're
Leaders?
both like leaders, I
They're
guess. and
definitely
yeah,
leaders.
both leaders. Thrall doesn't rule with logic though. He like rules by example, I think.
They both try and pull away from their show or their game, but they
then
keep
get
getting
brought
pulled
back.
back.
They get brought back.
They keep getting brought back because they're too
Holy
useful.
shit.
They're too good.
That being
Damn.
said,
Oh shit!
Dennis
Wait, I
Reynolds-
got another comparison. They're both leaders of a group that's very dysfunctional.
that's true.
They're both leaders of a group that's very
Just a-
dysfunctional, and they've
a
got to
band
reel
of
them all
misfits.
in. Yeah,
But for Thrall, it's through no fault of his own.
exactly.
Dennis perpetuates and even encourages the shittiness that happens.
Dennis is a serial killer, and I don't care who wants to argue against that. He's definitely killed people.
There's
Yes.
an ep about that.
Yes.
I know, but Lou is like trying to say that there's no like he's never been caught, so like that means that he's not a murderer. I don't know about that. I just
It's
think
about
he's
the
a murderer.
implication.
Yeah, it's the implication exactly.
Yeah, I honestly, like I said, Dennis not even my favorite character from It's Always Sunny. He doesn't
He's
even
not
crack
my
my top
favorite either.
three. But
He is funny, but he's not my top 3 either. And I think I don't know. It's hard to put
I just
such
can't
a
ethically put someone who is
sex predator.
Yeah, I mean, but that's part of the thing. The thing is, has that humor aged poorly into the
don't
modern
know.
era? Because it's still, I mean, like
Yeah,
the
again,
show
it's
is still funny,
satirical.
right? But has it aged as well as like Thrall has? Like looking back, I still like Thrall and all the stuff that he did.
Yeah, just we did say one thing that was problematic about Thrall is that he does kind of
Yeah,
he's like
exactly.
quote unquote one of the good ones.
He's like
you know what I mean?
whitewashed or whatever.
He's
like
whitewashed. He's a whitewashed
the
orc.
only blue-eyed orc.
Yeah, that is so.
So he's
fucked.
problematic too.
But I mean,
Damn.
like I said, it was the early 2000s, which I guess the same could be said for
Yeah,
Sunny.
exactly.
But like I said, I think Thrall has aged
any
a little
old
bit
shit
better.
when you go back to it. Sometimes you're like, ooh.
Yeah,
This could have been handled better. Yeah.
it's true. It's
Yeah.
true. I'm sticking with my man Thrall, but I'll understand if you guys believe.
I'm also going Thrall just because.
Yeah.
Once again, within the context, obviously Dennis is my favorite,
Mm-hmm.
but there's not that much
and not even that.
story there. Whereas Thrall has a very rich story.
Warcraft has had more impact on my life as a whole, than Sunny, and Thrall is a
Yeah.
huge part of
Warcraft has had more impact on my life than anything on this list.
which is fucking terrifying.
That's
but
sad.
Sad.
Yeah, that's not
I
good.
hate to admit it, but it's true.
I don't hate
Yeah,
to admit it
God
because it's
damn
a
it.
fact about my life. Anyway,
Jesus.
Scar
yeah.
and Insidious.
I don't.
Oh, this
yeah,
one is
I
hard for
really.
me.
I think this one's very easy for me.
I'm scared because Thrall has progressed now, and he's getting close to the finals. And I can't sit with myself comfortably if we pick
and
a
you
WoW
don't
character
want
as the
Matt to
winner.
get that far.
No. If we pick a WoW character as the winner of our second season, Jesus Christ.
For me, it's easily Scar. And because of this, I think that
I think
while
Scar is
the
way cooler
prequels-
than Darth Sidious.
While the prequels are my favorite trilogy by far,
No, they're not. No, they are not.
easily my
Don't
favorite.
be an idiot. Don't. That's a joke. Come on.
No, while the prequels are easily my favorite,
Shut up.
man, like I said, Brotherhood is a decent anime. It cracks my top 10.
Brotherhood
Also,
is
I
fucking
have
amazing.
to fight. I mean, I have to choose the person fighting against
Exactly.
imperialism rather than the person forming an empire.
Yeah, fuck all these. Yeah, exactly. These colonists deserve nothing. Scar is literally the anti-Sidious, right?
yeah, exactly.
It's insane. If
Because,
Sidious,
King Bradley would be the Sidious.
no,
of the
Sidious
series.
is father. He's
No,
pulling all
it
the
would be
strings from
father,
behind,
right?
sitting on a
It's
fucking
father.
throne.
Yeah, no,
yeah.
I guess you're right.
And yeah, I always tend to side
Father's
on
like
the.
Darth
he'd be-
Vader.
It would be like if he's both, though.
Father, save
And then
me.
Palpatine is Rad. You know what I mean? Like the face
Yeah,
of the government, but also the dude pulling the strings.
that's true. He's both. He's two sides of that coin. That being said, yeah, I always will err on the side of the oppressed rather than the oppressor. Also, I just think
Yeah.
Scar is a cooler character in terms of the design of his character. I hate decrepit Sidious. Shit is so
Decrepit
whack.
old men.
Like, yeah, just channeling one Force Lightning against Mace just cause his hairline to recede into the next fucking century, bro. Like, what? That doesn't even make sense. He literally fucking ethered that kid, and I just hate it. So for me, it's definitely Scar. What do you guys think?
I think Scar's way cooler.
Yeah, no.
See, for these,
I
it's
think
easy. I just go with my gut. There's no conversation to be had.
Are we on T'Challa, Black Panther,
Yes.
and
We are
Peregrine
on
Pippin
T'Challa,
Took?
Black Panther versus Peregrine Took.
God dang, dude.
This one's very
Yeah, I
easy
mean,
for me as well.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go Black Panther.
I'm also going with Black Panther here. And
Damn.
the reason why... Well, there's so many reasons why. I love Peregrine Took, and he is the type of character that I most enjoy in, any sort of story. But sometimes there are things that are bigger than that.
Yeah.
And I think that it's so crazy because...
T'Challa is just a great character. Period.
I feel like, I think even if you took... No, you can't even say that because his blackness is such an ingrained part of who the character is. But I love the character even separate from the parts with Wakanda and all the other stuff. He's just as a cool character.
For sure.
Like, if you just told me there was a guy who dressed up in a fucking cat suit, literal fucking genius, high priest of his own religion, part of the Illuminati,
I would
I'd be like,
argue-
the character sounds badass.
I would argue, honestly, that I would also be interested in a story even if he wasn't a superhero. Even if he was just the leader of this secret kingdom.
So
And,
just
like,
his
we had-
dad from the MCU.
Yeah, I was gonna say in the animated when you see
Like,
the past
just-
and it's just them defending against other tribes.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
that shit is
Like,
badass.
Yeah, I would want to see that. That story just sounds cool even without the superhero part to it.
And what I like
Yeah.
about Black Panther is the title is The Legacy. The Black Panther is not T'Challa. T'Challa is the Black Panther. Does that make sense? Because the Black Panther has been other people and will continue to be other people.
Right.
I guess, which is cool.
Which is, that's why I put Bruce Wayne on Batman and I put T'Challa on Black Panther because they can be others,
Yeah, okay, I get that, sure. And don't get me wrong, I really like Pippin. Pippin's amazing. I think he might be my favorite of all the Hobbits.
Oh, definitely.
Pippin is
We-
definitely the
We
best
said he
Hobbit.
was the best Hobbit. Well, we were kind of maybe about Sam. We were like, Sam.
No, Sam's the
he's up
second
there.
best Hobbit by far. And the rest of the
Yeah.
other two kind of suck. But
I mean, Mary does stab the Witch King though. That shit's pretty
whatever.
insane.
Okay.
But personality wise,
Yeah, just
Pippin.
Pippin's just chilled, laid back, but he still gets the job done. But the thing is, I don't know. I'm just a huge comic book fanboy, so I can't, steer away from my
Yeah.
lens.
Yeah.
We're just
And like I
huge
said,
nerds.
I've had only good experiences with Black Panther media. Starting
Like,
from
you can't think of anything
that
bad.
crazy BET cartoon that I made Brand watch way back in the day. Shit
Yeah.
was so fucking different from any other type of comic book superhero stuff that I had seen.
All right, so Black Panther, goes ahead of Pippin. Pippin, we salute you, but we can't choose you. Sorry, man. Sorry, Pip.
Plus, Pippin would get fucked up and straight up fight against T'Challa. So I think even without the suit, T'Challa could fucking whoop this
Well,
dude.
Pippin might trip and fall and knock something over that would then create a situation where he
A
would
butterfly
defeat.
effect, yeah.
Yeah, butterfly
Accidentally
effect where
touch
he
the
would defeat.
fucking
Yeah,
Eye of Sauron.
yeah.
But what about Itachi?
God
what
dang
about
it.
Leia?
Okay, Leia versus Itachi.
I love comparing anime characters to live action movie
Yeah,
characters.
it's absurd.
Yeah,
Oh, it's so fucking amazing.
I do
for-
think Itachi is the best character of Naruto, and I do think that Leia might be the best character of the original Star Wars. So
For me,
this is gonna
it's
be
very
tough.
easy, but
I think Itachi is definitely one of the best in Naruto, but also I just don't
But
care
I think
about
all the
Naruto
characters
that
suck in
much.
Naruto.
so that's
yeah.
also what I was gonna say. But the reverse is where I just don't care about the original trilogy that much.
The original trilogy is my life. It's my bread and
Whereas I have more of a connection to Naruto, I think, than I do Star Wars, even, which is insane to say.
I mean, I've
Yeah.
spent more hours watching Naruto,
Well,
but I'm not happy about
but have
it.
you
butter.
spent more time
I might have
listening
spent
to
more time on
Naruto?
Star Wars than Naruto. Actually,
Think of how many times we've listened to Episode 3.
Oh, that's true. Episode 3 is played in my house at least 75 times.
Oh, and it will continue to be played because you guys own it.
I think Itachi is the best character in Naruto, but I think the characters in Naruto are just not good. So I think
Itachi is a good character on his own. I don't even think
Right.
you need a qualifier. Itachi is a cool character. And the
Right.
thing is, I hate saying that characters like that are cool because Itachi is built to be a very lone wolf, edgy, cool guy.
Oh, for sure.
With you find out his motives are actually good when it's revealed, and it's very
Yeah.
convenient. but goddamn, he's so fucking cool. Like Itachi's so badass. He fucking gives his eyeballs to his brother. That's so fucking wild, dude.
Yeah.
The situation is insane.
Yeah, I
Leo
feel
or-
like for him, the intended coolness succeeded,
Oh,
whereas it
absolutely.
failed
With
miserably
Sasuke, yeah.
on Sasuke for
Yeah,
me.
absolutely. Sasuke could never live up to how cool Itachi is. That's
That's why he's so mad.
Yeah,
'cause
he's
he's always
literally
just
just
going to be
angry.
a worse bitch.
He's just a worse Itachi in every way. It's so fucking crazy.
I think there's a Naruto that has zero good female characters. And then
True,
there's-
but we're not
and then
talking
there's-
about that. We're talking about
And
Itachi.
then, but then there's Leo Organa,
Uh-huh.
who literally like changed the game and like set a standard for what like female heroines should be.
Do you think that
like-
Lucas's wife, what's her name, was partially responsible for that?
I don't know, maybe
Didn't she do like a pretty big rewrite of A New Hope?
she helped edit A New Hope, which was necessary. But
The thing is, I'm just medium on Leia, bro. I don't know, because you're right about like in A New Hope. I feel like she's very
she's so different.
but I think her in A New Hope is so different from her even in like I don't know 5 or 6. I feel like her character is a lot
I think
worse
she's
in 5
still
and 6.
she still has an attitude, and she's still. I think you are correct that she's not as strong-willed. But I think that I mean she fucking rescues Han Solo, or she attempts to. She chokes out Jabba the
Jabba.
Hutt.
Which
That's
doesn't
so
even really
badass.
make sense when you think about it.
What?
But I mean, whatever. It happens.
And
Tell
then
me that
she-
dude couldn't just like not get choked by a fucking 90-pound woman.
Maybe.
That
Bro, y'all need to watch.
that
y'all need
slug
to
thing
watch
weighs
some
like at
Mando.
least a ton, bro. I'm just
You need
saying.
to watch what?
Some Mando.
I will now that the entire season 2 is out. I
Yeah,
will
season
watch
2
it, yeah.
just ended.
So I don't know. The thing is, I'm just like whatever on Leia is my problem.
I think that she's a phenomenal character,
She's okay.
and I think
Maybe
I
it's
love
I just
Star
am,
Wars
maybe
way
I'm
more
just
than
raising
Naruto.
up Itachi because he's so head and shoulders above the rest of the shitheads in Naruto. Whereas Leia,
sure.
like you said, is a part of an ensemble cast of
Good
of,
characters.
of
yeah.
other not only good characters but great actors. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, that's true.
Like to be alongside all of
That's
these
what I'm
great
saying.
actors. and stuff is-
Itachi is dope in his show, but
yeah, like when you compare him to all the other
I
characters.
just don't hold his show in that high of regard.
All right, I'm going Leia.
I'm also going Leia.
I was also going to say, how many people dress up in Akatsuki robes even to this day? But to be fair, like how many, like I don't know, college sorority
think-
girls go as Slave Leia? So realistically, we're like
no, they're both.
we're splitting it
pretty-
a 50-50.
Those are two very huge cultural icons.
I think,
for sure.
I think cinnamon roll bun,
Which is
hair-
insane to think about, right? Like
The like swirled buns on the,
the
side
buns,
of the head.
yeah, absolutely.
You
I agree.
still see that shit.
I agree. I even think, yeah, the New Hope outfit is very recognizable as well. The like white.
Yeah, and that's what I was gonna say. That princess outfit is not very like sexualized, and if you look at a lot of science fiction back then, the girls were oftentimes like
You're
sexualized.
saying it's closer to Slave Leia.
Well, Slave Leia is the one example of her being sexualized, but even Carrie Fisher,
Mm-hmm. Slave Leia is
like
basically Princess of Mars, but with Carrie Fisher.
Carrie Fisher, like roasts George Lucas for that too. Like in a lot of interviews later, she's like, basically complains about it and like says that was a bad move and stuff. But I mean, it
But
was.
apparently it wasn't because it's persisted for decades.
The fans loved it for sure, but I think it was a bad. Well, again, but
It
then you
fit
have to think
within the
about
context
in the
of the
context of
story.
the story too. Who puts her in that outfit? It's a fucking disgusting slug character.
Yeah, I mean she's in
She
like
does get to choke
yes,
him out, which
a seedy ass like crime boss's lair.
yeah, it's true. I get it. Like I said, I'm not big on the original trilogy. I'm a huge fan of the prequels, and then I'd put the original trilogy probably behind that.
I can't
But-
believe that you would put the original behind the prequel.
Well, 3 I
It's
think
insane.
is the best film, and then followed easily by
That's
5.
insane.
I would say
Yeah,
3, 5,
5.
6, 4.
5, dude.
5 is amazing. 5 is definitely the second
5.
best by far.
5, 4.
I
Rogue
still
One.
I actually like A New Hope the most out of the originals.
5, 4, Rogue One, Return of the Jedi,
We don't
then
count
Revenge
Rogue
of the
One
Sith.
because it's not a part of a trilogy.
It's so good though.
Rogue One's fine. I still think 3 is better than all of those, but whatever. It's not. We're not here to talk about Star Wars. We're here to talk about Thrall versus Scar.
Also, you want to talk about Leia Organa though? Let's talk about Leia Organa in the fucking extended universe books. Like she's so fucking cool in those books, dude.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say when she flies through space unconscious in the
Oh, no.
If we're talking about Lego God, let's talk about that
No.
bullshit. Oh my god, that shit is bad. I
Okay.
just also spiked my microphone
Dude.
so hard.
Her Mary Poppins move.
It's
Yeah.
so fucking. I think we
Dude.
laughed out loud when we saw that shit in
Oh,
theaters.
it's
It was
so dumb. It's
it was
so
so
fucking dumb.
fucking stupid when she was Supermaning through the fucking
I was
sky.
so bummed out in that movie.
She was literally
theater.
on her way to the closest fucking yellow star. I guarantee it. That shit was so fucking bad.
It
That
was
scene
absurd.
was one of the nails in the coffin. Like there were so many nails in the coffin in that movie that literally I have not watched The Mandalorian. I have not watched the last movie in that trilogy. I have not watched anything Star
And
Wars.
what's so strange about that film is there's so many amazing like cinematic shots, but that one shot of her flying through space looked like such dog shit. It looked so fucking bad. I could not
That
fucking
movie's
believe it when I saw
garbage,
that.
dude.
Like the part where she hyperspaces through the fucking pursuing Star Destroyers, even though it's fucking stupid and it doesn't make any sense, it
Yeah.
looked fucking amazing when it just ripped through them. Like
Yeah, no,
they
it was
couldn't
sick.
apply those same like dude, it looked so bad when she was flying through space. I cannot believe
I
that.
saved a meme for when I'm putting the Star Wars episodes out. Anyway, one of the memes I found was making fun of the thing that I say all the time about Luke. It was like Luke sees good in the guy that's literally killed Jedi children and like genocided entire races.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Has one bad dream about his nephew and just tries to kill him. It's like that's one of my biggest critiques.
I would actually say that's a fault of Luke.
I don't think that that's Luke. I think that's a fault of the writers. I think the writers.
what I think
brought
is a
it
fault
back
of
I was
Luke.
gonna say no. I was gonna say sparing a man who committed genocide just because he's your dad.
Yeah, absolutely. I would have just
I
killed
don't
that
think
dude.
it's just because it's his dad. I think it's like it's a Jesus move. It's like you give people a
That's
chance.
not a fucking
at
Jesus
redemption.
move, dude. The Jesus
I
move
think
was
it's
Vader
move.
sacrificing himself.
Yeah, but I'm no. But Luke also sacrificed himself. He throws his lightsaber down and accepts death at the hands of Sidious in the hope that he can save his father. But anyway, we're talking about Luke now. This was not the Star Wars episode. Congratulations, folks. You've made it to our
Final Four.
Let's talk about Thrall versus Scar.
So for this, I'm gonna say we've already talked about how Thrall.
These characters are actually very similar, in my opinion.
Yes, but we've talked about how Thrall in many ways is just too good.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas I think Scar is more believably complex.
But is
I
that
agree.
what you want, though? You know what I'm
I
saying?
do.
That's not what I care
I
about
love
when
a
I'm playing
complex-
Warcraft.
I love a complex character.
I just need Thrall to be the fucking pillar that everybody else has to,
Yeah.
revolve around. That's the
No,
point of
Thrall's
Thrall.
the
dude. He's not
Batman.
there
He's the
to-
Batman of World of Warcraft.
I don't even think. I think he's even above Batman in terms of how bullshit like good he is.
Oh, he's amazing, yeah.
Because he does have like. I feel like he doesn't even really like doubt the decisions or anything he made. He just makes a decision and it just turns out how it turns out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Also, Thrall doesn't ever get fucked up. I think ever since him and Grom fought that Pit Lord,
Yeah.
I don't think if I've ever seen that man like lose a fucking martial fight.
I will say as far as like a story goes, watching Full Metal Alchemist, whenever Scar would be on an episode, I was always excited, and also I never knew what to expect from him. Like I assumed that I knew who his character was, but then the way he changes and evolves is very interesting.
Really?
Whereas Thrall,
I think it's like a classic anti-hero situation.
Thrall is badass, but yes, but there's a lot of characters who have that anti-hero status in Full Metal Alchemist, and some of them,
Like Ling?
some of them obtain it, and some of them don't. It's so like you're
But
still.
I like to see the struggle because, like you said, at first he's almost just
A killer?
a terrorist.
Yeah.
And so it could have easily gone down a path where he just kills without remorse.
Well, he was a terrorist. Let's not get
But then
that.
when we see him come face to face with Winry,
Mm-hmm.
he could have been like, I'm just going to kill you because you're in my way and I need to continue my goals. But he says, I know what I did to you is wrong. I'll accept it if you want to kill me. So like I think that gives him more depth. He's not just a singularly focused dude.
Yeah, I also think not all of those characters do get that anti-hero arc. Some of those characters like Scar, they do get like a redemption thing, but it's like in their final moments, in their final act, they decide to be a hero. And I think that Scar has a really cool way of going about it. And, you said that it was kind of blunt, but he does get to fight Wrath in the end, which is a really cool way to end his story.
Mm-hmm.
It is on the nose, but it's also very cool.
All I have to say about this is that Thrall's story is not yet complete, because as long as
That's
there is a
true.
World of Warcraft,
Yeah, but
there will be a
it
Thrall.
it will never be complete.
I
It's
think
just
we'll
kinda
die.
Whack.
I think we'll die before we see the end of Thrall's story.
The other thing about Thrall, though, too, and we talked about how all World of Warcraft characters suffer from this, is that there must be a conflict for the story to continue. And
Yeah.
so Thrall, I mean, it just kind of sucks
Well, there
because
must
like
be a conflict for
everything
any
that
story.
Thrall does as far as like
But if-
peace gets undone.
But the difference is like if it was just Warcraft 3, there's an
That's
ending.
true.
But in an MMO never ends.
That's true. So let's focus on Warcraft 3 because that is, I mean, we could also talk about Scar from FMA, but we're not. We're talking about Brotherhood. So, I mean, he leads his people to a promised land. He unites the
He's
horde.
literally like, yeah, fucking Moses. But also he's like Jesus.
Damn, he's
Damn.
both.
He's also like John,
Yeah.
Campbell?
the Baptist.
Yeah, like me. Yeah. John the Baptist. Yeah. JC, my initials, Jesus Christ. Yeah.
That being said,
we have
I'd
the
be
same
fine with
initials.
either of these characters. Like I said, I think these characters are very similar in many
Here's
ways.
my thing. I do love Thrall. I think that they're. Yeah, I was gonna say I think that he's not as much of a standout as Scar is, but I don't think
You
Scar is
think
much of a
so?
standout either.
They're
I
both
think
fighting
Edward-
against blonde people that wear blue
Literally.
uniforms that have
Literally.
oppressed them.
Exactly. You change the name, but you can't change the fucking game. That's unfortunately what it is. Like I
Oh,
said,
man.
they're so similar, but it's just, I mean, Thrall was
I will also
never started
say
out as a villain.
Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood is my favorite story. Like of any story, it's my favorite story.
Really? Like
Yeah.
I said, it cracks maybe top 10 for me. Possibly.
I'm saying like not just anime. I'm saying it's my favorite story.
yeah,
Period.
me too. I'm considering it
I like
top 10.
I like
of-
Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood more than Lord of the Rings, more than Star Wars, more than any of this stuff.
It's really weird that you like it more than the Bible, but it's cool.
I never said the Bible.
You said it's
But
your
you meant
favorite
it.
story.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, I guess then I am
Saying
including the Bible.
greatest story ever told. Anyway, so what have we decided
The
here?
Bible's a little too inconsistent for me.
I don't. Yeah, I don't consider. I'm a biblical literalist. I consider the Bible to be just the truth. So it's not even a story for me.
So you guys are leaning
That's
towards
just history.
Scar?
I am leaning towards Scar.
Scar is what I'm leaning towards. Yeah.
Sure. I'm not
All
mad
right.
about
Are
it.
you? Well, I mean, are we saying? We said we're leaning towards Scar. Are we saying Scar?
I am going with Scar.
I'll go with Scar also, which puts him in our finals.
I think I know where this is gonna go, and it's gonna be insanely hard for me.
It will not be hard for me at all. I've already decided who will win.
Are y'all gonna pick Black Panther over Leia?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Not close.
Are y'all really? Why?
Not
Why are we gonna
close.
pick
Not
Black
close
Panther
at
over
all.
Leia? What puts him over the edge?
Because I still, regardless of what you guys say,
Well, yeah,
I
from the
still
beginning,
think,
Matt hasn't felt her.
I just think Leia's just a bland character. I'm just not impressed by the character. It's just not the most interesting part of the original trilogy to me. The thing that makes the original trilogy, in my opinion, so good is the creation of the world itself, or the universe of Star Wars. Like, the characters that inhabit are cool, but the idea of, like, you know, Jedi and the Empire and Rebellion, all that stuff is way cooler than any of the individual components that move within it.
Han and Leia's romance is also really, really cool. I really enjoy it in the original.
It's fine,
series.
yeah. Whatever.
I love it. I love the whole I know
Mm-hmm.
thing that they call back in Jedi, and
But the problem is that Black Panther is a fucking cultural icon. At this point. Like, he might not have been when he was first
Princess
created.
Leia is too.
Even, you think so?
Yes, Carrie Fisher is a lot of people's heroes, man.
Well,
Also, an actress who's passed, who didn't get to play the role in the final. Was going to play the role.
True.
Two iconic.
for me,
people in
it's
the-
not
in the-
even
in
close.
the,
I love the character Black Panther far more than I love Leia Organa. For a large variety
Yeah,
of reasons.
it's just at this point we've talked about like how good of characters they are.
They're both
So at
fighting
this
against
point-
imperialism.
Yeah, at this point to me it's just
The thing is,
one
though,
that
they
I
are
like
both
more.
fighting against imperialism, but T'Challa doesn't have to. He chooses to, which makes him better.
Dude, Darth Vader walks up to Leia and he says, "Where are the Death Star plans?" And she's like, "I don't know what you're talking about." And he was like, "You were here to get those plans." And she's like, "I was on a diplomatic mission." Like, she just completely fucking lies in the face of the scariest dude in the galaxy. She just lies to him and like, "No, I'm on a diplomatic mission." Like, think about all the times on Rebels too. Like, she puts herself in danger pretending to be a diplomat, but funding the fucking rebels.
Mm-hmm.
And Darth Vader to her face says, "You are a rebel and a member of the whatever. Oh man, it's so good. And she just shirks that shit off. She doesn't even get like phased by it. How many people fucking wet their pants when Darth Vader talks to them and Leia just...
Everyone else?
Not Grand Moff Tarkin. Grand Moff Tarkin just talks to them like he's a normal dude.
No, Grand Moff Tarkin's like, sit the fuck
That
down.
guy's got
Vader. Come
stone
on, that's
cold
enough.
fucking nuts, bro. That guy is a monster.
Okay, but then even that, Grand Moff Tarkin is in fucking Leia's face and Leia does the same shit to him.
I love
She
Grand
even
Moff Tarkin.
insults him. She even insults him.
Black Panther beats up members of the KKK. Did Leia ever do that shit?
Leia's beating up Nazis, space Nazis.
I see. But what about, literal Nazis? That's what I'm trying to say, dude.
Okay, hold on. Check this out. This is the dialogue. Ready? Governor Tarkin. This is him walking up to her as she's already been tortured. She's already gone through physical torture. Governor Tarkin, I should have expected to find you holding Vader's leash. I recognized your foul stench when I was brought aboard.
Got him.
Grand Moff Tarkin says, you don't know how hard I found it signing the order to terminate your life. And then Leia says, I'm surprised you had the courage to take the responsibility yourself. Like, motherfucker, dude. He tells her, I've signed the order to kill you. And she says, I'm surprised you had the courage to take the responsibility yourself. Like, she's just fucking this dude up.
Meh.
And then she tells him, he says, we've taken over the Senate. And then Princess Leia says, the more you tighten your grip, the more star systems will slip through your fingers. Like, she's just so fucking good under pressure. I love it. How many other characters just cry out in fear? Like, how many other female characters just wilt? And she's such a badass.
Well, you can't change my mind on this, so you can try and change Brandon's mind, but...
Here's what I'm going to do. We're going to move T'Challa forward, but I just wanted to have said all those things about Leia.
The thing is,
No,
I don't
like
know.
I said, I have voted Leia up to this point. Like, I agree with you that she, I've already stated, is definitely my favorite character in the originals.
Yes. Also,
It's just,
could Leia don the Black Panther suit and still kick ass? I think so.
No? What? It doesn't make you like a martial artist all of a sudden. It
Princess
doesn't do
Leia,
the
she
fighting
fucking...
for you.
Princess Leia was trained to do some martial arts by Bail Organa.
Okay, dude.
She's
Moving
got
on.
some martial fighting skills. All right, T'Challa.
she was also trained to be a Jedi by Luke. We got to see
Eventually.
Oh,
Yeah.
true. We got to see her fly
We got
through
to
space.
see a really cool flashback of them with CGI young face.
Oh, God. So
Wait,
fucking
what are you
bad.
talking about?
Oh, you
I
didn't...
guess that's in the third movie.
Yeah, it might have been in the
Are
ninth.
you fucking kidding me?
No.
We get a flashback of when she was trained by Luke.
Yeah, is this diminishing your opinion of this character?
No, it makes me
Well, no, I mean,
it
the
reaffirms
idea
my opinion that the
she
new
was
trilogy
trained
sucks.
by Luke, I think that even happened in the books.
Oh no, it's real, but just the
The
fact that they
scene was
decided to
just
shove
weird.
that into that.
It's not good.
Here's the thing: Disney deleted the canon, so it didn't happen. So then they made it
Correct.
happen in a way that sucks. So it's like lame.
Yes, absolutely. It's not good.
Because here's the other thing: in the books, yes, Luke does train her a little bit, but also
And that's another thing.
She's
I
too
think that-
busy trying to run the New Republic. Like she does not stick to the training that like
Well,
she
no,
doesn't
that's the
adhere to
same
it.
in this too.
The Black Panther reintroduction into contemporary culture was much better than Leia's. Clearly,
Yeah,
right?
for
With
sure.
the success of Black Panther versus the sequels. I don't know, man.
All right.
I feel like in this current state of the world that Black Panther
We need Black Panther more. Yeah,
is not even that we need him more, that he just is more iconic at this point than Leia.
I would say 1980s needed Leia.
I think
a
they
lot,
just
but-
represent. I still definitely see Leia used for like feminist empowerment today. I think they just represent different things, but I think they're both actively used.
True. T'Challa's character's name is literally Black Panther. That's insane. Like, you just get away with that shit? Jack Kirby just got away with that shit?
Yeah, in a time when Black Panthers were, they were considered terrorists. They were on the FBI list. We've climbed all the mountains. We've crossed the desert. We've sailed a deep, vast ocean. And now we're all here together to witness the best character of Your Favorite Character Sucks, Season 2. We're in the end game now.
Final round.
So now we've come here to the end, right?
So yeah, like I said, I knew where this was gonna go, and this showdown is very hard for me.
It's very easy for me.
I think I've argued against Black Panther since he was on the board. I was like, eh. But Scar versus Black Panther, that is our finals, folks. We are in the final round here. What can we say about these two characters? What do they have in common? What do they What are their strengths? What are their weaknesses?
These are our two characters of color who are fighting back against oppression.
True. But one with nothing and one with a kingdom.
Well, also,
Yeah.
well, I would say T'Challa does it the right way, as opposed to having to
Sure.
be taught a lesson. He does it with all the wisdom and grace that a king should do it with, right?
But I would also say he has the privilege to do it the right way.
Sure,
Whereas all of Scar's people are dead and he has nothing.
not all
Yeah,
of them.
Scar.
Just like,
Scar is alone. Black
which is
Panther
not to say
has.
that Scar doesn't have power. That dude is very strong.
Oh, he definitely is.
But at a high cost instead of it being bestowed upon him.
I mean, if you go by the film, right, the MCU, does he not get cast down by Killmonger? And then it's just
Yes.
he finds himself in a very similar situation where he's left with nothing but the power of the Black Panther,
Sure, and all of his allies.
the one white dude, and his sister.
Martin Freeman.
Yeah, exactly. Fucking Bilbo.
And the other dude.
M'Baku.
Yeah.
M'Baku.
Yeah, I guess
And
Oh,
that
shit.
dude's whole kingdom.
Yeah, it is
Man.
actually sort of strange how M'Baku's kingdom just sort of like easily overpowers the Border Tribe when the Border Tribe's sole responsibility is to like present a martial force to stop people from invading. But I guess we don't question it too much, right? Like they have those
Scar-
big ass fucking rhinos and shit.
Yeah, no, the rhinos
Scar is
were sick as
a,
hell.
Scar is an anti-hero. T'Challa is just a hero, straight up.
It's just a hero, yeah.
Yeah, very much a hero.
We picked an anti-hero last time.
Well, it was two anti-heroes at this point.
It was Rorschach
Rorschach?
and Magneto in the last one.
Yeah.
Do we want another anti-hero as our second season winner?
Well, I don't care about that.
Yeah.
The thing is,
mean,
I am a huge fan of superheroes. So for me,
Uh-huh.
it's very easy. I
You're
get
also
why
a
you
big
guys...
fan of anime, right?
I love anime too, but there's superhero animes too, or heroes in anime, and Scar is not the hero of that anime.
Not enough people know about Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood that probably will be listening to this podcast.
Well,
But that's good that he's made it to the final two. Then at least
the thing is, it's not even I like Scar, but the problem is I consider Black Panther in my like upper echelon of all superheroes across all spectrums ever. He's pretty up there for me.
Yeah. Well, like I said, Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood to me is the best story, and so I think he's in the. I don't think he's the best character necessarily. He's top 2 or 3 because I think Edward Elric is got to be up there. And there's a lot of people who would argue Roy Mustang. We didn't pick him, but
I think that Black Panther is interesting because his importance and significance extends obviously beyond just what is written, right, in his story. Which I think is cool because it's about like representation and things of that sort, and something that's very popular in contemporary media.
sure.
Like-
I think I also relate more to Scar. Like
In what
I can-
ways?
I'm not saying that we have the same story, but I am saying that like I understand being angry and being vengeful, and I also
yeah, I
understand.
don't though. So I guess
I also
maybe-
understand having to like step back from those things and realize what's important and stuff. Like, I
I don't have
I'm-
the energy to be vengeful. I think is my problem. I'm
Yeah.
just too fucking lethargic to understand that kind of stuff. If someone has wronged me, I'll just let it lie because I just don't care. So in that way, I don't relate at all to either of these characters. I guess.
I'm what is the justice obsession? Dyke mania, is that what it is?
Yeah, I think
Oh,
so.
yeah.
Literally Dyke mania.
I've got a touch of Dyke mania,
Holy
so
shit.
I'm like my vengeance often, my justice often manifests itself in vengeance. Like I want to,
What are you guys feeling right now?
This one is so hard for me
For me, it's very easy.
because also I'll point out that these are both my characters.
You
so.
fucker. Did you who? Oh, okay. Wait. So Leia Organa, that was Kirby's character.
I've actually been pulling the strings like Darth Sidious, and I got both of my people to the final conflict.
I didn't even make it to the top 8.
Did you not?
No. Oh no, Darth Sidious. Okay, I got Darth Sidious in there.
Oh yeah.
Like I said, for me, it's impossible to change my vote. I'm gonna
Yeah,
vote for.
I don't know, man. I feel like
for
I need
T'Challa.
some distinct categories or something to choose
Really?
between these two. Honestly,
You need more
like what you're
categories.
saying, Matt, like the cultural impact. Yeah, obviously, Black Panther has way more impact than Full Metal Alchemist does.
Okay, most complex character. I think Scar is the most complex.
You think so?
3-dimensional. I think Scar is the most 3-dimensional. But then arc-wise, I would say that he has a cooler arc. But then I did, as I was listening back to all the episodes that editing, I did start to hear Matt say something that, like, when he was saying it on the episodes, I think I was deaf to it. But then hearing him say it multiple times over multiple episodes, I think I finally let it sink in, which is like, we do tend to like these arcs of these anti-heroes, but
Oh yeah,
Matt,
you and I definitely do, and
But-
Matt doesn't.
but Matt brings up a point is like, we love the arc because it's quote unquote unexpected, but Matt brings up a point which is like, it's not unexpected though. It is the arc of every anti-hero, you know?
Yeah.
Correct.
So like, who has the best arc? I don't think we can just say he has the best arc because he's got the anti-hero arc. I think we have to really consider their arcs.
No, I think they both have very compelling stories. What I was saying is Matt brought up Black Panther's like cultural impact, and I was saying that that one's hard to compare because obviously, I mean, Full Metal Alchemist doesn't really have a cultural impact.
Yeah.
Like it's a popular anime for sure, but yeah, compared to
But is that a drawback? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't think that
Yeah,
small
I mean-
market versus big market, but I think it
It's not
can
even
go
about
towards a
market,
character's
it's
credit.
about, what it does.
Yeah, it can go towards a
Like,
character's
does the
credit, I think.
implementation of like putting to the forefront a character like T'Challa, you know what I'm saying? Like up there with people like Captain America and Iron Man and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like, is that important, or do you deem that important?
T'Challa also, I mean, he beat out characters that are, yes, from the Marvel Universe, but I think all from different, like, genres and styles and stuff. He beat out those characters. Whereas Scar, well, I still think Scar would beat out most anime characters, though.
The thing is, like I said, I don't really care for anti-heroes. Like, they're whatever,
Yeah.
they're fine.
And I
I like
I
heroes.
said, I hear that. I hear that.
Sometimes having a reason, is not as interesting as just doing the right thing because you know it's the right thing to do. Like, doing the right thing because you know it's the right thing is still hard. It doesn't make it any
Yes.
easier.
I see what you're saying.
Like, just because your parents got killed doesn't make you more interesting. Like, you all ended up in the same boat anyway. The fact that you guys have arrived at the same point and everybody has come together for a common goal when something tragic didn't happen to them is more interesting to me, because that means they made all the correct choices up to that point without being forced to.
I agree. I see that. All right, I think I know who I'm going to choose, but I don't want to say it because I don't want to influence you, Brandon.
Like, there's nothing wrong with being tragic. It's just played out, in my opinion. Like, I get it.
I think we know Matt's going to choose T'Challa. I
well,
think.
yeah, but I'll say like the classic hero that always does the right thing is an even older thing that's been played out.
Maybe it's just because
I'm not saying Black Panther is that character.
Yeah, I definitely don't think that's T'Challa, but
Yeah,
mean-
but I'm just saying in general, like
his doubt is more spiritual.
The hero.
and
to me,
introspective.
when I think of someone that just always does the right thing, like I don't know, it's just very unrealistic.
Always doing the right thing is different
but
from
T'Challa
always
doesn't.
overcoming your obstacles. Like, they're
He
not
doesn't always do the
necessarily
right
same.
thing because
Whenever
No,
you
yeah,
combine
once
those
again,
two
I'm not-
things, it becomes
I'm not
uninteresting.
saying that is T'Challa.
well, here's the thing that T'Challa does that I love in the movie, which is he creates him and his father and their isolationist positions created Killmonger. Like, the reason that
Yeah,
Killmonger
exactly.
is a villain is
true.
because he thinks that, y'all are letting our people suffer all around the world. And like, yeah, you're thriving, but look around the world. Like,
Yeah, it's a sins of our fathers thing, right? Because his dad literally
Killmonger is a black American though. He's had
Correct.
he's had the like American experience of being a black person, whereas T'Challa has got to be the king of a fucking black kingdom in Africa.
True.
And I think he opens his eyes to that.
And at first, also, T'Challa did want vengeance for the death of his father.
He did.
He didn't immediately forgive that. It
Yeah.
took the journey of that film.
You had to
So,
see
yeah,
Iron
I mean-
Man go down the wrong path. Yeah.
I'm not saying that.
Yeah,
that Black
T'Challa's not a
Panther is
perfect.
the perfect character. Yeah,
Damn, dude, this is tough.
no, it's very tough.
Even when he finds himself on the opposite of a conflict with his wife Storm,
What is
he
the
kinda
conflict
has-
with that? I don't know anything about that.
It's X-Men versus Avengers. It's whenever the reemergence of the Phoenix Force tries to possess Hope Summers. Obviously, Storm sides with Cyclops and the X-Men, whereas T'Challa sides with the Avengers and Cap. So it causes like a rift in the relationship, and they
What is the
become divorced.
argument?
The argument is that Cyclops thinks that Hope Summers is a mutant, so should fall under like his jurisdiction. And he thinks that the Avengers are trying to steal the power of the Phoenix Force for themselves to try and disenfranchise the mutants. Because Cyclops is a fucking dumbass. Obviously. Whereas, Cap, his goal solely is to protect Hope Summers. and to try and stop the world from being destroyed by the Phoenix Force. So,
Either way, we have the winner. It's going to be the same as the first season, because either way we have an anti-hero or we have a Marvel character. You know what I'm saying? Like, no matter what, we're just fucking losers.
At least we don't have a Nazi sympathizer in the top two.
Oh, no, it's not.
true.
We can't cancel a character in this case, I don't think.
Yeah.
No.
Like I said,
I think I'm ready. I'm ready.
I like both the characters, and I think there's a lot of similarities between the two, even though they're also different in many ways.
Yeah.
But they carry across a lot of the same
They
things.
both represent something that I find very important, which is why I've been supporting them through this entire finale.
Yeah.
But I'm ready.
All right. 3, 2, 1. Scar.
Black Panther.
I went with my heart in the end. I just love.
Wait, who did you say, John?
I said Scar. I went with my heart.
I think I like Scar more, but I think Black Panther is more important.
No, that's fine. I went with my heart because like I said, it's my favorite story. So I went with. I was like, at the end, I was like, you know what? These characters are so similar. I'm just gonna go with my gut, and my gut.
Yeah.
I
Also, for
gravitate
me,
towards Scar.
it's easy to pick Black Panther because I've engaged with a lot more, like books and stuff with him in it. So like, I have a more like little bit more nuanced understanding of the character because I've been reading comic books for fucking decades at this point.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
Whereas you guys have most of your exposure to this character through like the more recent media stuff, like the MCU and stuff like that. Which I love that rendition of him. So I mean, are we gonna do a countdown to stop?
We will. But let me say before we go, this was our best of the best finale for season 2. We've spent a long time working and recording these episodes. We've got a lot more coming for season 3 already. A lot of anime for those people that want that. We have episodes that have been ordered that we have to do. So we'll be doing JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. We'll be doing The Boys.
The Guyver.
The Boys. We'll be doing The Guyver as a bonus episode. Also, we'll be doing Gurren Lagann, but I think Gurren Lagann might be a bonus episode too, because can we pick more than one character on that? That's the best character?
Well, there's definitely 4 important characters in that.
Okay,
Sort of like
well,
main
we'll see.
characters, but
Yeah, that could be
We'll
a
talk
full
about
length, but it's also so short too, It's only like 27
yeah, it's
episodes.
a little 26 episoder, I think.
All right,
Classic
well,
anime.
Yeah.
thank you for everybody who's followed us, and even if this is your first episode, thank you for listening. Please go back and check out others. We
Or don't. Don't let us tell you what to do.
No, please do. We want to have more people listen to the show.
Do whatever you want to do.
Share it with your friends and family. Let them know to check it out. We recorded this entire season over quarantine, and that was awkward, but we did that shit, and we might have to do the same for season 3. But either way, we'll be back in the fall for season 3 is the hope.
Nice.
So thanks for listening, everybody. That's 2 seasons in the books. But what are we going to do now? We've already got some stories lined up for season 2, but not every episode is decided. Follow us at YFCS Pod on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook so that you can help us decide what shows, books, movies, video games, stories we cover in the 3rd season of Your Favorite Character Sucks. There you'll also get news about bonus episodes, there will be a giveaway soon, and you could get an opportunity to get shouted out for your favorite characters on future episodes. Thank you everybody for listening. Thank you to everybody who's given to us at patreon.com/YFCSpod. You're helping to motivate us to keep us going and to let us know that our show is loved. We appreciate it. All right, until next time, hit that subscribe button, tell your friends about us, and we'll see you real soon.